Hi guys, good morning. I just finished and uploaded my thrift haul video, and now I'm going to do Crafty Cat 7212, her hashtag 50 stack challenge 7. And she drew two prompts on Monday. She drew tissue paper, and label. So it's Friday. I have to catch up because she'll be drawing again on next Monday. Anyone can join. It's just a collaboration. There are probably a multitude of people who are doing this collaboration that don't have YouTube channels. And I just got a text from Lisa, and all I could see was I'm trying. But the gals with YouTube channels I know of are Nancy Piter, Art Chick, and of course Amy Mitzi at 307 Junk Journals, and Carol Laws, and then me. And I know there's others doing it. Those are the only ones I know of. But we're doing this accordion journal. And for this hashtag 50 stack challenge 7, I decided I would go ahead and do something in this, so I could get ahead in this a little bit. Lisa's here and she's going to be dragging me somewhere. Plus, I got a text last night, could you clean my house tomorrow? She's working from home. It's my very dear friend, and it was her birthday yesterday. I need to stop and get her something. But so at 11-ish, she's working at home today. She's going to take off and do stuff, and they're going out for supper. And she said, could you please tidy my house? So I love to do that for her. So I'm going to run up there at 11. What I'm going to do on the back side, I've just been hem-hawing around, and I've got this is all I've done is what I did on camera the other day. On the back, this is Amy's kit. I'm using Amy's new Christmas kits, but this is one of her last year's kits. It's called the All-in-One Santa. And I quick ran in and printed on my new printer. I printed one of the pages, and I didn't know what I was going to do till I just sat down. I actually was going to put tissue paper over this Santa. I love this kit. Is this not beautiful? But I think what I'm going to do is attach him on the back and put pattern paper over him. I did this morning. Whoopsie daisy. I just took a picture out of that book that I showed on my thrift haul of country folk. And I pulled out this, it's wet. I pulled out this cowboy, cut him out. He's a Colorado rancher, cowpoke, they called him. I just did that with a tea bag. But I thought I'll do that and then I'll have a prototype, but I don't want to. I want to work on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it dirty. That's what I'm going to do. Let me put a piece of something under there. This is an old scrapbook I've thrifted, and it's just rotten. But I'm just going to use it to keep the rest of the thing dirty. This is a matte. I'm just using matte Mod Podge. I'm just going to coat it real good. I've got Amy running in the living room. A lot of times, guys, you know what I do to get people their watch time? When I take a shower, I'll put somebody's video on, and it doesn't mean I don't want to watch them, but I want them to have the like and the time, the run time on their video, because it's really hard for me to, when I sit down in my recliner at night, I watch YouTube. I'm just a YouTube junkie, and I'm going to cut this away a little bit. I try to watch what I can, but I'm very much a news junkie, and I watch thrift haul people and all kinds of stuff. So when I take a shower, sometimes I'll turn on Carol Laws and go take a shower, and then I'll catch the highlights of it. But it gives me, and I'll do it with any of them, all the gals. I'm just going to put this on here. Let me adjust it a little because I want to make sure and get Santa. So he's on. I probably should have glued him. I don't know why I Mod Podged him on. Well, hopefully he'll stick. I'm thinking I'm going to stitch this journal also. This can all be cut away or torn because I'm a terror. So I'm going to clean a house at 11. I've cleaned it for 4 years, and it's the one I used to stay overnight for a couple weeks at a time. I'd come home. I'd leave in the morning, but I'd have to be there for a little doggy. He's RIP in heaven now, but little Duke, he was a teacup Yorkie, and I would get there about 5-ish. I kept the hours at her house like as if she went to work. He was used to that used to that, you know, like she gets up, mom gets up, feeds me, we have some cuddle time, and mom goes to work. And so when she would go to Florida for a couple weeks, I would go up and get there about 5 and take Dookie outside and go potty. Sometimes we'd walk around the block. Oh, I miss that little guy. And then we would come in and have supper. He ate diced ham in the package that you buy from like Hormel or I don't know what brands. And shredded cheese. That's all he ate. And you had to, he was on medication for his heart and everything because he's an old little geezer. And I would, you know, give him his pills inside the squished up. We would squeeze up shredded cheese, put the little pills in there and make little balls. And he was on like 3 pills. One of them was a half a pill, but she had them all set up in a really neat little caddy thing for him. And then we'd go sit in the recliner. I took craft supplies up and I'd sit at her dining room table. Her dining room, living room is all one room, so I could sit there and, you know, watch TV and stuff. Sometimes he'd just stay in his room in his little bed, and she'd have, it's so cute, she would put her clothes on his little bed, like a pair of her leggings that she wore or a sweater she wore, so he could smell her. And I would send her snaps of him with a Mexican hat on and a tequila beside him, and just fun little videos. So, okay, let's get back to this. I'm going to put my pin in before I lose it. I'm going to put some old, I don't know where I got this. I might have got it from Lisa. I might have got it from Corky, Plum Creek's Booksmith. I don't know who sent me this. But I decided to use this instead of a tea bag. Oh my. I did not thrift this, so I don't know where it came from. I'm just gonna, oh, this is quite the deal. Oh, Lord have mercy. Well, you know what? I don't need words. I just need tissue paper. So, hello everybody, and thanks for coming by. Gosh, I never do the highs and hugs. I should do that. It's the same people that I'm so fortunate to have, and I've gotten a lot of new followers lately. I don't know if they're coming over from my thrifting or if they're just finding me through the hashtag accordion and things like that, where I've commented on others. But I really appreciate it. I'm not in this to make money on my YouTube channel, guys. It's just, oh, look at that perforation. How fun is that? Should we leave it? I think we'll just crunch it. I think I want it crunchy. But same people are so faithful. Dolly, you're so sweet, and I'm glad you liked the journal I sent you. You know, you can always go back and see how I made different pages and the ephemera to it. And it is full of vintage. It is 100% almost thrifted stuff from my hauls. But Beth Ann, oh my gosh. So many. I'm not even going to try to name because Plum Creek Booksmith, Corky, Mitzi, Amy, Carol Laws, Nancy Piter. Who's the little gal that's moving to Portugal and isn't taking me with her? I'm just blank. See, that's why this is why you should never name names unless you have them written down in front of you, because you're a blonde, you're an airhead, you got 90 things on your mind. But there's so many people there's new people that have commented. There's people that don't have names. They've just got numbers. And thank you so much. Now I sound like Crafty Cat. She always goes, thank you. It's so funny. I've known Amy. I don't know how I found her. I had to have found her through Instagram. I'm sure of it. I just don't remember. But she's so sweet. We've really gotten to be good. Outside of videos, you know, we send each other the weird stuff, you know, we see. She probably gets sick and tired of it though, because I send her these really gross, I'm messing with her algorithms. I send her these really gross videos that are dumb, just dumb. And she goes, ew, or why? She'll answer me back, why? Meaning, why would anybody do that? I send them to my friend, Lisa. I do the funniest thing. There's this, oh, I shouldn't tell you. It sounds like I'm making fun of people. I'm not. Because I'll tell you what, these people know exactly what they're doing. They know they're making money being stupid on the internet. And, or maybe they don't. I don't know. Maybe they think they're cool, but I think they know what they're doing and they're getting the clicks. How do you guys agree with that? But they do, like, they'll stand outside and sing, and they're really bad singers. I would never sing on, well, I sing on here, but I don't think I'm good. I don't do it to be good. I do it because I'm a weirdo. But, and I click on them, and they come up in my feed all the time now. So I'll say to things like, well, one of the gals that's down a little farther, she lives in Gretna, which is like a bedroom community of Omaha. She'll go, her name's Casey. I'll go, Casey, I think we should do this when we have our chili cook-off, because we have like a chili cook-off thing here, and everybody makes chili. We've only done it 2 years. Kind of flopped off this year. We didn't do it, but it was weird, and we meant to start doing it, but it just, everybody's gotten busy. One of the couples have moved away. There's my tissue paper. That's going to be cool when it dries. I could use my heat tool. Actually, I'm going to pause it and do that. Hold on. Okay, it's dry. It didn't take too long. I think I'll go over it with some. It really, because it's old tissue paper, it really looks cool. I was just thinking as I was drying it that we're tearing the tops of these, and I have a really clever idea of how I'm going to tear it and make it work right. Having watched others, well, Amy and Mitzi, Amy had one that didn't tear right. One tore right and one didn't. And I think I have a solution. Having watched them with their flop, it's never a flop because, like Amy says in the junk journaling world, that's the beautiful thing about it. You can always make it correct. There is no mistakes. It's just an excuse to do something a little different. You know, it gives you an opportunity to, you know, fix it. Oh my God, that is absolutely gorgeous. You know what? I might do the whole entire book like this. That is freaking amazing. So what I was thinking is, you know, this is the back, so it can stay a little taller. I can just tear like this. Okay, now I'm going to do the labels, and I just pulled a few. I don't know what I'm going to do on the front. I think I'll put her on the... No, her new kit, I printed it, and it printed out really dark. The Santa face is one of the 3 kits. I didn't like how they printed out. I'm going to run to the library and do it and see if it's my ink, which is brand new. Let's just... Should we put labels on this? Or should we do something on the inside? Let's decorate this envelope. We'll decorate this envelope. I'm probably going to have to... See, I don't know what I'm doing when I start in. Neither does anybody else, I think. I think they have an idea, and then fate just takes you somewhere else. How's that? It just grabbed me and took me in a different direction. So I don't know what I'm doing today. Lisa's here. I imagine we're going to be thrifting. I'd kind of like to go get a new pair of shoes. I looked Wednesday, and the ones I liked, they didn't have in my size. I went to, it's called Shoe Sensation. I don't like to be bothered. The minute I walked in, I was annoyed. I was just annoyed. You know what? I'll just do it down here at the bottom because the top is going to be torn, which is going to mess up this envelope, and I didn't think of that. So I'm just going to put some labels on. What should I do? Should I put some paper behind it first? The minute I walked in the door, she goes, hi, blah, blah, blah. And then she goes, see, this is me being a, you know what, the B word. She goes, we have some good deals today. I don't care. I just want to say, I don't care. I just want to get my stuff and go to the thrift shop. No, I didn't say that. Obviously, it was in my head, though. She goes, we have Skechers, buy one, get one half. Well, that's, okay, that sounds like a good deal. I want buy one, get one free. I don't want this half stuff because that's only 25%. I'm going to put this on and make it a pocket. I'm going to back it a little bit here so that it's sturdy. I'm going to, whoopsie. I'm going to get as much on it as I can. I'll do the whole thing. And then she goes on and says, we have a $5 rack. We've got some good clearance, blah, blah, blah. Well, I walk in and I look for the size of my shoe. And if I like it, fine. If it's lime green and pink with a pattern on it, it's not going on my foot. I don't care if it's $50. I'm not walking around in lime green and hot pink tennis shoes. I don't like that low. So I don't care about a $5 rack because there's never going to be, I have big feet. I wear a size 11, you guys. I have bigger feet than Mitzi, and Mitzi's taller than me. My 13-year-old granddaughters both wear 10s, and they've been wearing 10s for a year, since they were 12. We are a family of Bigfoots. That's right. My relatives are running around the mountains of Montana. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this a little pocket. Let's trim this off. It's just going to be a tiny pocket. And then I'm going to put some labels on it. I don't know why. Maybe I'll... Yeah. That's what I'll do. Anyway, I was instantly aggravated. And you know what my reply was to her? I said, that none of that interests me. I'm just looking for anything in my size. And I didn't find anything because I was annoyed. Does that mean you walk in, the size 11 has a big round sticker with the 11 and it's hot pink. I go up and down the rows and I look for hot pink. And then I look at the shoe that corresponds to it and I'm like, no. No. Like that, you know? It's true. It's just when you have a certain size of a foot, it'd be like if you had really tiny feet. When I thrift, sometimes I see very, very good shoes like the Born shoes or Clark's or just really Ariats, things I know that I could buy and sell that are look like they've never been worn, but they're like a size 5. They're not going to sell. Not very many people have a size 5 foot. Anyway, that's my rant. Should we just, I think I'm just going to glue these behind so that they'll look like they're an actual thing coming out of the pocket. The pocket. Oh, I had fun watching Carol Laws. Her accent is so cute. Camilla Crafts has an amazing accent. I'm going to put this. I'm going to put this here and I'm going to let it just be flippy. So how far do we have to go? Right to there. So anyway, I'm kind of obsessed. Of course, my sweet, precious Joey, he has the cutest accent in the world. Sweetest voice. I love him so much. Not like a crush love, guys, God. I'm over that. Although I have a guy story for you. I've been single since 2016. I haven't dated. Don't want to date. Don't want anything to do with men. I'm over it. I'm old and cranky. Should we put notes? Let's put notes here. It's going to get torn, though. That's all right. I was at the Goodwill in Blair, Nebraska. And this guy, I might have told this already, but I'm going to tell it again. You're going to have to suffer through it. This guy, he had graying hair. I don't think he had a ponytail. He had on a baseball cap that was a veteran's, like a Vietnam vet. But that isn't what I noticed first. First, I noticed the beads from Vietnam. Their campaign patch was red, green, and yellow. And it was in certain widths, you know, the ribbons. And I saw that the thing he had around his glasses hanging, he had like the chain you get, but it was made with the Vietnam colors. And I said, I reached out and shook his hand and I said, "You're a veteran from Vietnam era." And I don't know how I said it. And I said, "I just want to welcome you home and say thank you." And he smiled real big. And he was a biker, and I didn't know that. And I have a heart for bikers, by the way. But in the meantime, Lisa comes around the corner and sees me talking. And she texts my son, "Okay, now I remember I told this story." because she texted my son and said, your mom's trying to get a little. How stupid is that? Lisa, please. My son knows better. Anyway, I absolutely love the Vietnam vets because I'm 70. And when I was in high school, I remember my boyfriend, I kind of liked him. His name was Donnie, and he graduated and went to the Army. And it was the Vietnam War had not ended yet. That's the year we pulled out. I'm going to sturdy this up and have it come in and out. And he left for that, and I wrote him for a while. But I remember, I went on the Des Moines Register. In the Des Moines Register, they had, you could send in $1 and get a POW MIA bracelet. And I got that. I sent in the $1 and I got that. And I remember all the articles in the paper through my high school years. So this would be my senior year, 73 when they got out. So my whole high school era years was Vietnam news. So then consequently they were coming home, and that was my dating pool. And my couple years boyfriend came home, got divorced. He had a lot of mental issues. He was full of shrapnel. He spent a lot of time in the hospital. But by the time I met him, I was probably 24-ish. And he was divorced. And we're still friends to this day. We lost contact and everything. I haven't seen him in several years, but he lives in my old hometown. He actually bought the land that was sold off my parents' property where they developed homes. My parents had 15 acres. They passed away in 1980. My dad died. My mom was already gone. And the land was divided. And there's my labels. That's all I'm doing, you guys. How lazy is that? But let me look at this again. There's my tissue. Or what'd she call it? Let's look. Tissue and label. I feel like I cheated today. Here's one more. Why don't we put him on here? I don't really want to cover him up. Let's do it anyway. Let's round this. This isn't going to round because it's... Oh, it did. Anyway, we dated for quite a while. And he posts whenever I reshare on Facebook anything about Vietnam, it's from him. He sends me stuff in my messenger, and it's usually set to music, and it's scenes from the war. But he was combat vet, and he was very greatly mentally damaged from the war. Is damaged a word? I don't like to use that in that context. He's struggled a lot. You know, they used to call it, in World War II, they called it shell shock. And then, I don't know, when did they start calling it PTSD? I don't even know if that was a thing for the Vietnam guys. But they went through a lot. And so I very much love and honor them. And all veterans. God, what is wrong with me? I get on these tangents. Let's just call him number 32, Santa Claus. I don't know why I put that there. There's my tissue and there's my labels. And that's all I'm going to do. But I have remained steadfast in the challenge. And for that, I'm proud. This is grungy. Why don't we make it cute? I'm going to get off of here. I have so much stuff to get listed on my eBay. It is ridiculous. I have goals. Today my island comes. I ordered it on Wayfair. It's really, really cute. Lisa and I went to put it together last night. I messaged her and I said, my island came a day early. And she says, let's put it together. She came over and she grabbed a hold of it and headed to my garage because that's where it's going. In the second room of my garage, there's 2 rooms. And we got out there and she tore it open with some scissors and it was boxes. I ordered 25 boxes that are 12 by 12 by 12 because I have those plates I want to ship, and I had to pay $35 for them. But it's $1, I think it was $1.19 a box or something like that. I don't remember. And that's a small price to pay to have a box that's going to get plates somewhere without breaking. I was willing to do that. So she goes, this is boxes. And I said, oh, I forgot I ordered boxes. I'd forgotten. I mean, I knew, but I didn't remember that what day they were coming. So today my island's coming. I'm so excited. It's white and it's got I got the walnut top, which is not real walnut, obviously, but underneath it's got some little compartments and there's a place for wine bottles, but it's square things. So I can put like packaging tape and stuff like that in there. So, and I got a new TV in my bedroom. So my old TV's going out there. And I'm going to put a wall up so that I can have a heater in that room. I wonder where my blue Sharpie went. Anyway, I'm done, guys. This is it. I'm going to quit waffling. Carol? I'm waffling, Carol. I love her. I love all these gals. All right, I'm going to end with this. This is Darling. Tissue paper, old pattern. Love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.